Greetings, everyone. This is Jaron Lefebvre, the author of the fantasy novel series, The Reflection series here. But today I'm not talking about the Reflection series. I'm going to talk about Poppy Playtime again. Particularly about my past theory of Stella Greyber being the main playable protagonist of the game series. Basically, this video is a continuation of my older Stella Greyber theory. For anyone who wants to know more about the Reflection series, there are videos about it on my YouTube channel, or you can get more information about it on my JTL Dimension website. There's a link to the JTL Dimension website in this video's description. Also, there's a link to my past Stella Greyber theory video in this video's description as well, in case any of you haven't watched it yet, or you need to watch it again to reevaluate all of the information. So, there's a handful more of information to cover, so I had to write it all out on my computer again, which I will read out loud to all of you. Here it is. So, based off of my Stella Greyber theory and all of the added information about Stella Greyber from Poppy Playtime's 4th chapter, most of my theory honestly still holds up pretty well. Wow. So based on the 5th tape between her conversation with Leith Pierre, it sounds like he and Dr. Harley Sawyer decide to let her in on everything that's going on after she discovered what the children are getting tested for. Yikes. She was definitely horrified and traumatized, like I originally said, but it seems she came to an agreement to Leith Pierre's words. What I mean by seems is that perhaps Leith Pierre and Eddie Ritterman did blackmail her to keep all of this experimenting on people a secret and force her to remain being one of the Playtime Company's head representatives. But then later on, Leith tried to smooth things over with her by telling her and showing her the researchers' notes about how amazing their plans for the future will be thanks to all of the evil experimenting. Yeah. Anyways, even though Stella says she has come to an agreement and decided to help them, despite the numerous human sacrifices getting made for the future, I can tell that Stella is still completely against everything that's going on at the Playtime Company, especially based on her tone of voice with Leith. Not Leaf. Leith. You can tell that her tone was filled with guilt, regret, and defeat. So perhaps she is only saying that she's come to agree with him and their projects, when really she's just pretending to get on his and the other evil workers' good side. Because who knows what they would do to her if she went against their will, which she must have taken into consideration. Just look at what they did to Harley when he didn't do the company's exact bidding, and not to mention how evil, twisted, and corrupt Leith, Eddie, and Harley were in the other videos. Yeah. Unlike Stella, guilt is clearly not in Leith's, Eddie's, and Harley's vocabulary. You can definitely sense the regret in her tone for agreeing with Leith's beliefs, but I believe she's agreeing to this more for the sake of her life and other people's lives in the future. She probably even complimented that their experiments were nothing short of a miracle, just to help butter Leith up and not suspect that she's still completely against them. So, perhaps Stella pretended to be on the evil worker's side to give her time to figure out how she could at least prevent all this from becoming more horrendous than it already is. For example, like in the Subject 1322C report by Claire Harper, which is found in the same room with the doughy cardboard cutout. At the bottom of the report, you'll see that Stella has added a note telling the workers to go easy on a good young man like Matthew if he gets picked for the experiment, and that the future they're fighting for would be a waste if they sacrifice too many people like him. So she's definitely trying to help prevent them from sacrificing and wasting too many lives at the very least. Not that the guilt never stopped torturing Stella, especially that's all she seemed to be able to do for this, and basically I inference that Stella was trying to lessen the amount of lives getting lost and sabotaged for the experimenting in the future, but guilt still ceaselessly haunts her for supporting these evil projects, even if it was all for the sake of a bright future. So, considering all of this and the information from my previous Stella Greyber theory video, this is why I still believe that Stella Greyber is the main playable character of the Poppy Playtime series all along. By the way, I'm aware that the character Poppy mentioned to the main playable character that she had never met anyone like her before at the end of Chapter 2, but I can figure out a good explanation why she hadn't met someone like Stella Greyber in person. I can inference that Stella Greyber was too busy with her job, while Poppy was too busy playing with and entertaining the children all the time, which prevented them from ever getting to know one another back in the past. Plus, Poppy is pretty much designed to be a child that never ages, so it makes sense that she would have the personality of a child who would mostly only pay attention to the kids and toys around her instead of the human adult workers, except Elliot Ludwig. I hope my latest Poppy Playtime theory is to your liking. Feel free to let me know what you think about my theory in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for your support, especially for your support for the Reflection series. I appreciate it all. Toodaloo for now.